Back to the BMW a couple days later from the dealer. We got an OEM crankshaft position sensor in anti-static baggie. That was 150 bucks, so kind of pricey, but it's a BMW, so to be expected. Let's swap that out, throw the oscilloscope back on there, clear the codes, take this beast for a test drive. Alright, sensor's coming out. It's a little awkward to get to that bolt, not too bad. You need an E8 socket like that. So bolt is out, and I left the sensor plugged in so it wouldn't just drop into the abyss. So let me unplug it and put the new one in. Well, it looks identical to the old one, but they don't even give you an O-ring. Luckily this one is still pliable, so put that on here. Should pop right in. Okay, just one channel on the exhaust cam sensor signal. Let's fire it up, see if the signal is now perfect, just like the intake. Okay, so if you remember from last time, this is the saved file. So the red was the intake, the blue is the bad exhaust. So we're around 4 volts. It's supposed to be about 4.5. So I put the cursor at 4.5. Now when we take this waveform with the new sensor plugged in, hopefully it'll be rock steady at 4.5. So I'm going to plug in the PICO. It should automatically sync up and roll the scope. So all we have to do is fire up the car. Okay, we're rolling. Zoom out. So we're at 4.5 and start. Beautiful. And shut her down. Okay, that's all we needed. Don't pay attention to the red channel, that was obviously disconnected. Nice and clean, just the way we like it. So 100% confirmation. Let's clear out the codes and take this thing for a test drive, and then I'm going to ask the owner, do you want me to put this silly plastic cover on, because the mice will be back, I am sure. So maybe leaving the cover off will kind of take the roof off their house. So I'll leave that up to the customer. Alright, so in the ECM we just had 2 codes stored from me pulling in the garage: exhaust synchronization and boost pressure control deactivation. So let's clear these out, let it go to sleep, and go for a test drive. Alright, BMW driving amazingly well, and of course, whenever we have a European car, my wife joins me for the test drive. What do you think about this BMW?
It's really pretty.
It's pretty?
Yeah.
You like the red leather?
Yeah, I do, but I'm glad you don't own a car this powerful.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would not want to own a car this powerful. But it goes pretty well. It stops. No check engine light, so customer will be pleased. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Uh-oh. Scan it for codes. Camshaft sensor inlet synchronization. Boost control deactivation. Well, let me save these. Brand new code. I don't know. Let's clear it out, see if it sets again. Oh, BMWs. This is why I wouldn't own one. I actually value my money. So it doesn't set every time. could be Vanos solenoids, could be anything. The car only has 27,000 miles on it. So apparently they program these things to break down with age, not with miles. Smart BMW, that's real smart. Well, I got the oil filter undone. I want to check this oil. It really looks like water. It smells like gasoline. It's a direct injected engine. It's probably really diluted. It's definitely dark. It might have a little bit of sparkles in it. The filter looks okay. It's a BMW OEM filter. So I'm going to talk to the customer. When was the last oil change done? What oil was used? I assume it was done at the dealership, but when? Or how long ago? What were the miles on it? Direct injected engines, especially for short drives, they will dilute the engine oil. And if it's like water, then the VVT system might not work as it's designed. And you'll get these synchronization codes on startup. So first thing I would do is oil change. BMW. So I talked to the customer and grilled him. When was your last oil change? Date, mileage? He's like, I'm not sure. It was at least 2 years ago. There's no oil change sticker on it. So we're changing the oil out and taking it on another test drive using obviously quality synthetic oil, man filter. And this calls for the BMW LL01, so Mobile 10W40 meets that specification. Let's drain it out, measure how much comes out, 7-quart capacity, and reset the oil life to something reasonable, like 5,000 miles. Alright, new filter installed, 7 quarts of oil filled. Let's measure how much came out and see what this oil looks like. So I already poured half of it into a jug, and it's just like really black water, and it smells fumey with the like gasoline fumes. So that's 4 quarts in this jug. And let's pour the rest into the second jug. It should be about 7 quarts. So the oil level is definitely full. So 4 plus 3, about 3. So 7 quarts, but a portion of it is gasoline. That's what happens in direct injected engines, is that especially on cold starts and short trips, the oil gets diluted with gasoline. That's not good. So now we have fresh oil, fresh filter. Let's clear the codes and take it on a test drive. Alright, so wrote him a reminder on the next oil change. Let's go into special function maintenance and CBS vehicle data correction, simple service correction, CBS reset KWP. Let's I just want to set it to like 5,000 miles instead of 15. Actually, if we do simple service correction, then we just do miles ahead and reset values, miles, 5,000, okay. Service counter is 3, do you wish to change the value? Yes. We'll do 4, okay. End of test module. Okay. So I think that's it. Let's see if shutting it off. So service 11 of 24. I guess that reset the trip meter. Check control. Service info. 30,000. Okay, there we go. Oil. 4,900 miles, 6 of 25. I guess that's reasonable. I guess we can reset all these things that are dinging. How about that? Right after the oil change, check engine light popped on. So let's scan it in both OEM and OBD2 mode and see what the codes are. Okay, so we have a 2AA0, 3100. We'll save that in report and then we'll go to OBD2. Okay, so in OBD2 mode, we have a P0340, camshaft position sensor A, circuit bank 1 or single sensor pending. Interesting. Was the other sensor failing, or is this circuit code a synchronization code? Right? That's interesting. Let's it could need another sensor. I don't know. But we're going to save this in a report and test drive it. Okay, oscilloscope's hooked back up. Blue is the exhaust cam sensor, brand new one. Red is the intake. So let's close the hood and see what happens. And keep in mind, we never got a code for the intake until we replaced the exhaust sensor, which was definitely bad. So it might need an intake sensor. Who knows? Okay, so this was the initial capture with the bad exhaust sensor compared to the intake. You can see this is a known good synchronization. They're spot on the money. They're identical. So let's roll the scope. Fire it up. And unless we get a check engine light, this is no good. So should we just keep trying to start it and stop it until we get a check engine light? Gotta recreate this problem, catch it in the act. Well, look at the intake sensor. Now it's doing a weird thing where it's kind of floating and the exhaust is on the money. So we do need both sensors. Wow. So an extremely important point to make here is the oscilloscope is proof of your diagnosis. Not only do you make the accurate diagnosis, also you have concrete 100% bulletproof data to back yourself up. Because the customer might say, hey, are you winging parts of my car? You already replaced one sensor, now it's the second sensor, the bill's like $1,000. Well, we're following the data. In the first capture, the intake looked pretty good, exhaust was crap. We replaced the exhaust, now that looks amazing, but the intake, it's setting the intake synchronization code, brand new code, and that sensor looks wonky. I mean, it's starting to fail. I'm not surprised because they're both the same age, they live in the same location, so I guess if you're replacing one, just replace both. Because they're going to fail about the same time in the same fashion. That's pretty crazy. I did not expect that, but it is what it is. We're going to have to go back to the dealer, get another sensor, and get this car back on the road. I hope really soon. Following week, just got back from the dealer parts department. Got another expensive camshaft position sensor to install. This car just doesn't want to leave the shop. So the intake one is right there under that bolt. So let's install that. And look, the mice just love this car. They're building a new nest, and it's just been sitting out in my yard. This is nuts. Alright, here we go again. 2 channels. Let's see if both camshaft sensors reach that 4.7 volt threshold when we start this thing up. Obviously we want to clear the codes. We just have the camshaft sensor inlet signal code. Now that's the 2AA0, not the synchronization code, but anyways, clear that out. And fire up PICO. Okay, so from last time, if you remember, the exhaust was perfect, the brand new sensor up to 4.7 volts, and the intake was only reaching 4.2. So let's roll the scope now. Yes, we're at 4.7. Let's fire it up. We should have no issues at all. Let's let it warm up a little bit. Scan it for codes one more time for good luck. Then we'll take it on a test drive. Make sure everything is perfect. Okay, so it's happy. And we'll save the final known good waveform. So, doing the final test drive on this BMW 335i, and whenever we have a European turbocharged car, you know who joins us. My friend Zia.
Hi guys.
He has the Volvo S60, and we're going to compare it to this car. So remember, the customer complaint was lack of turbo power. Well, we want to verify that it has 100% turbo power. So let's see. What do you think, Zia?
I like the feeling.
You like the feeling of it?
Yep, and it looks like it's good to go.
Yeah, I think we're all set here. Just 2 camshaft sensors and an oil change. This car is back in business. So only 27,000 miles and 2 failed sensors. How do you explain that? What do you think, Zia? It's BMW. What does it stand for?
Big money wasted. Sorry guys.
Sorry.
I wish it was the opposite.
Yeah.
So you could enjoy more.
I think they basically designed these parts to fail with time, not with miles.
Yeah.
Right? 15 years, bring it to the dealer, they say, oh, you need a new BMW?
Good money pit.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Or pay like $1,000 for the repairs and stuff. So that's by design, but you got to pay to play. So I think that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.